Hello everyone, welcome to Semicolon Academy. My name is Ganesh and you are watching QBASIC tutorials. In the previous video I discussed about the working directory and some of the basic ideas of file handling. And in this video I will discuss about opening a file by using a QBASIC program. And before actually diving into the topic, I would like to clarify the concept of opening a file. Friends, you can see a file, text file abc.txt on the desktop. So what is the meaning of opening this file? The opening this file means most of the people, they think that when they double click it, they are opening this file. But it is a partial truth. The actual thing is a bit different. Actually, when you double click this icon, this file, you are not opening this file directly, and you are opening this software, which is this. Now for now it's brackets. So you are opening the brackets software, and this brackets software is opening the file. Okay, so it is a bit indirect access. So the proof of this one is, let me change the properties of this file and let me change it opens with notepad, and then okay. Now you can see the icon of the file is changed, and when I double click this file again, now this file is opening this time by notepad software. Okay, not by I'm not opening the file directly. I am just double clicking that file. That means opening I am opening one software, and that software is going to open the file. Okay, so this is about opening a file. Now I would like to dive into the topic, and let me open the QB64 IDE. Okay, and as I mentioned in the previous video, the working directory means the folder or the location which is associated with the current program. So, and I also discussed there in that video about the default working directory. So default working directory is this location from where you open the QB64. And now whenever I create a file, the file will be created over here in this location. But now today I'm going to discuss about open statement in QBASIC. And open statement has two syntax. The first one and the most popular and most easier one is open, and over here you have to give file name for, and here mode, and then as, and then has file buffer number. So this is the syntax of opening a file. That means here you have to write open, and after open, within the double quotation mark, you have to write the file name, complete file name with extension also, and for, and then mode of opening a file. So here mode of opening a file means actually what is the purpose that you want to open the file. I mean, for what purpose you want to open a file. Actually we can open a file in three different modes in QBASIC. They are input, output, and append, and I will discuss about all these modes of opening a file in detail. And after as you have to write has, and then file buffer number. This file buffer number is a number which uniquely identifies the file. Okay, and this number should be 1 to 255. Okay, this is the limit of file buffer number. So now actually I will go into the program. One program I want to write here. Open. The file name will be suppose abc.txt txt for, okay, the mode is, you can tally with the syntax, for, and then the mode of opening the file will be this time if I want to write into that file. That means actually if my program has to write some data into that file, at that time you have to mention the output mode, output as, and I told you that has, and after has you have to mention some file buffer number, and you can write from 1 to 255, but I want to write file buffer number as 1. Okay, now I would like to delete this one, this line, the first line, which is unnecessary. Now open abc.txt for output as has1. If I run this simply one line of code, which is saying that with this line of code wants to open a file whose name is abc.txt actually, but in my directory, working directory, there is no such file. But what happens if you run this program? Actually this statement does works in two different ways. If the file is already there in the working directory, it simply opens, but if the file is not there in the working directory, then it actually first creates the file with that name and then opens. So this time there is no such file in the directory, so whenever I execute this program, here should be one file created by this program, and the name of the file should be abc.txt. So let me press F5 and run the program, and after that you can see one file is created over here. My execution of the program is completed. Okay, now if you go into the file and double click and open it by using Notepad software, you don't see anything. Now if you want to write into the file, this time you can do only writing into the file because the mode is output. You cannot read the content of the file by using this mode, output. Now if you want to write into the file, simply print has1, comma, whatever you want to print, hello everyone. So if you execute this program now, okay, and then double click this file, you can see whatever you have written over here, this program writes directly into the file. Now most of the time, okay, before, what I want to say is I want to take some input from the user. Input, enter your name and dollar, and I want to print that and name to the file. So print has1, comma, and dollar, and then close has1. Close has1 means close the file whose buffer number is has1, that means the abc.txt, and then int the program and execute the program. So whenever you execute the program over here, okay, now the first line says open the file. So this file is opening or not? Yeah, this file is opening or not? Actually this file is opening, and the proof of that this file is opening is that simply try to delete this file, and it says the action can't be completed because the file is open in untitled.exe. Untitled.exe is this program. So this and this untitled.exe is my current program. Okay, so my current program is opening the file abc.txt, and because of that reason you cannot delete this file right now. So whenever you give some name, okay, suppose the name is cancer, and then the execution is completed now. So after the program execution is completed, you can happily delete this file. Delete, but I don't want to delete it, so Control Z. Now the first line said opening the file, but most of the time people think that opening a file means this one, but it is not the actual meaning of opening a file. Even you don't see the content of the file, at that time also the file is open. So this time when you execute this program, my program is opening this file, but you cannot see that my file is open. But internally, opening a file means actually there will be one channel created between my program and the file. Okay, so through that channel, internal channel, my program can interchange data with this file. That is the meaning of opening a file. And you can open a file in 3 different modes. Let me delete all these code from here to there, and then you can open a file in 3 different modes. So in this example I used output mode because my program wants to write its output into the file. So the output mode is written here, and whatever the program's output is, it's written on the file. Now another mode of opening the file is, Control Z. Another mode of opening the file is what I did. Once again, that was not selected over here. What I did, okay. Another mode is open for ibc.txt for input as has1. So this time input mode means my program wants to take input from the file. So in order to take input from the file, my program has to read the file. So this is the reading mode. And let me go ahead and let me write some code to read the file and display the content of the file on the screen. So now after execution of this statement, there will be one channel created between my program and the file. That means the file will be open to my program. Now I want to read the data from the file. So for that, input has1. So my program take input from the file whose number is has1. So and then I want to store that data, one line data actually, in a variable called data $, and print $. Okay, now close has1 and int. So after executing this program, you can see the output of this program should be whatever the content of the file in the first line. Okay, so Ganeshwar is written into the program as the output of this program. The output of this program is Ganeshwar. Why? Because in the first line in this file, this text is written there. So if I go ahead and manually write something and then save it, close it, and then close the execution window, and then once again run it, you can see Semicolon Academy over here. Okay, but if you write something more in the file in the second line, suppose, okay, and save it and close it and execute it once again, you will see only the first line. Okay, in order to read the second line also, you have to take input once again. So again over here, from here, before the file closing, I have to write input has1, again $, print $. If I write these 2 lines of codes, not 2 lines, multiple lines, but 2 logics, I want to take data from 2 different lines. So these pair of codes, input has1 $, and print $, the first line is taking data from the file, first line of code, first line of data from the file, and the second one is printing that data. This one is taking the second line of code data from the file, and then this is printing that data. So whenever I execute this program, now you will see, yeah, so exactly what is there in the file. Yes. So in this way, if you have multiple lines, you have to write multiple codes, and the easiest way of doing that is using inside looping statements. But how to do that, I will show you in the coming of videos. And at the end of today's video, I want to clarify you what is the meaning of writing #1 over here. Why my program does not recognize my file with its name, and why it needs the buffer number to recognize my file. You can see here my file is open, abc.txt file is open for input mode as #1, and this is the buffer number. And here when I want to mention that I want to take input from that file abc.txt, I don't refer the file with its name, but I refer the file with its hash number, with its hash value, or simply the file buffer number or file number. The main reason is I can open a file, multiple files in a program, okay, and those multiple files can have same name. So there will be a name conflict in my program. To remove such naming conflict, the program, QBASIC programs, recognizes or refers the files not with its name but with its hash number. For example, okay, delete all these things and open abc.txt for input as #1. Again, I want to open another file. I want to copy this file over here on the desktop, okay, and then the name is same. Now in this file I want to write hello from desktop, save and close, and here you can see Semicolon Academy. Save it and close it. Now I would like to open this file also, but to open this file which is not in the current working directory, I have to change the working directory. For that I have to write csdir and then working directory of this file, and the working directory of this file is desktop. So I have to go over here and then go to desktop and then click here and then copy this path, because this path refers to the desktop, and then go here and then Control V and then close the double quote csdir. And after changing the directory, once again I would like to copy the same line of code and paste over here. So open abc.txt for input as #1. Okay, now this time I cannot use two hash values or the file buffer number with the same value, so I have to write here 2. Now you can see two files are opening with the same name. So this time if I refer the file with the file name, then there will be a conflict. So to avoid such conflict, in my program, my QBASIC does not allow to refer to the file by using its file name, but QBASIC allows to refer to the file by using its buffer number. So this time if I want to write, suppose it's input mode, okay, now I want to read from both of the files and contain the first line over there on the screen. So for that, what I have to do is input #1 comma data $print data dollar. So what difference, what is the problem? INPUT, don't write data, write D dollar and print D dollar. Okay, again input has 2 comma D dollar, print D dollar once again. Okay, now you will see over here I want to write a heading, print data from first file from hash1. Hash1 means the file on the QBASIC folder, and another file another over here I have to write here, print data from second file on desktop. Okay, close hash1 only there, you can write close hash2 also, and then execute this program. So let's see. So data from first file, Semicolon Academy. Data from second file on desktop, hello from desktop. Okay, so this is the main reason why we use file buffer number, to recognize the file uniquely, even there is the same name. So thanks for watching, friends, and if you like these videos, you can subscribe the Semicolon Academy, and you can ask me some questions below there on the comment section, and I will try to address your questions also. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe Semicolon Academy.